wonderful friends. Welcome to the first ever episode of Your Business Story. I'm your host, Kristin Spencer. I'm storytelling obsessed, and I help business owners like you talk about your superhero powers. And today on my show, we have a business strategist. That's right, friends. If you want to know how to have a better business, you should definitely find out more about my guest by listening right now. I would like to welcome Emma DiGallo. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you do, my friend. You do. Hi, I am so honored to be on your show.
And just so you know, we're just going to laugh a lot. This is what happens.
Oh, yeah.
I've been on Emma's show several times, and that's actually basically how I met her. She's like, come on my show. And I was like, I don't know you at all, but sure, let's do it. And then we got to know each other. But yeah, we laugh, we have a good time. So if you don't like fun, you can just leave. It's fine. We'll have fun without you.
I think so too. No, I love you, my dear. She's awesome, by the way. I will probably try to turn the table on her. We'll see how it's going to go because I'm used to be on her seats and not on the guest seats. So, but it's an honor for me to be here today. I'm so excited. I've been excited since last week, like a crazy little person. So
I
excited to be on
know.
your
I've
show.
been so, yeah, I was like all day today. I'm like, I'm going to interview Emma today. And let me just preface this by saying, like, this show is, we record it live. People can comment, weird things can happen. But the
Awesome.
thing that I'm going to do is ask Emma some questions so that you can get to know her better, but also so that I can work my magic and create her one sentence that she can use to communicate quickly what she does, even though she likes to put the spotlight on literally everyone else and not talk about her amazing professional superpowers. So, Emma, are you ready?
I am ready. I am ready. Yes, let's have
And
fun.
I'm gonna be taking some notes, so but I'm using my
Okay.
quietest keyboard because if you know me, I have a really loud keyboard that inspires me to write fast.
Hmm.
But I thought maybe you wouldn't like the audience wouldn't like the sound, so I'm using my quiet purple keyboard, which still feels good, but you might hear a little click clacking. Okay, all
And you
right.
can hear the dog barking a little bit too.
Yeah, and we welcome dogs, children. We
Okay,
welcome
good.
all sorts of interruptions because when you own your own business and you work out of your house, real life
Yep.
is the only life you're living, friend. Okay?
Yes, we do.
We're living it. If
Yeah,
my
I
kids come
know.
in, that just happens. I'm not going to be like, "Don't come into my office." That's not how I do things. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, what is the most important problem that you solve in your business? And remember, everyone, Emma is a fancy business strategist and she makes a crap ton of money. So you should listen to what she says.
Oh, wow. One of the biggest challenge I see is the brand awareness, brand reputation. People don't know how to market themselves, so the other people that lives near them don't know they exist, or they know just around the block but they don't know beyond the block. And some have fantastic services and products that could go in different states or around the world, but they don't know how to. That's one of
So
the biggest challenges I've seen.
so they have like this business and it's awesome,
Mhm.
but no one knows that they provide the service.
Yeah, that's the problem. They don't know how to, because brand reputation is a big thing lately because people will go and look at review on Yelp, on Google. So if you don't exist, don't have a footprint there, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Or if somebody write one wrong thing because they are in a bad mood, well, out of 10, you got a 10 and one is bad, people will look at the bad and assume that it's the truth. And it might be the truth or not. And in some cases, it's not. It's somebody who's not in a good mood and wasn't feeling, you know, the love or the services they needed at that time. So that's one thing. But the footprint in social media, in media, website, bring your one of the biggest things we see as well is the website. And if nobody comes to your website, then you got no business or barely.
Right.
Or if you have people passing by your website, looking at it, but never engage with you, then that's another problem as well. So that's mean the call to action is not proper. Whatever you're displaying is not proper for people, or it could be too confusing as well because you want to pack so much in there that people get
Right.
overwhelmed and like, oh boy, I came for one thing and I'm like, I don't know, I'm lost now. I don't know what to do. So that's another problem too.
Yeah, where they're like, let me just shove every word I can
Yes,
onto
so
this
everything I can
website.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. And then people are like, what am I, why did I, how did I get
Yes.
here?
Yeah.
They just
So
have more
sometimes it's
questions.
exactly, or it's growing, how to grow, because the other it's so complex. It's so if you got everything, let's say you got your a great website, you're very well known, but it comes to the point and you want your business want to expand, then you don't know how. It makes it difficult because there is a level where it's going to plateau and the business can say, I want to continue to grow. I want to break that glass ceiling, but people don't know how to. And that's another issue as well.
Yeah, I
So,
think that's something that that's happening to me literally right now. So I can understand that where the business is like, I'm trying to grow, and I'm like, hold on, like just wait a second, like I need to adjust, and the business is like, no. So
no, it's like it's as mind on its own. And sometimes you have to catch up the train. You have to hop on the train. Then you're ready. You feel ready or not. The most interesting part of it, it's always I always refer it to the universe because it's always throw us a curve saying, okay, we're good. I think I got everything under control. And also then you get something coming and it's like, oh wow, it's gonna go bigger now. And I am not ready. And you're like, oh boy, what am I supposed to do? And you're like trying to stop it, but you can't. You have to go and jump into the water. And that's another challenge as well. Again, this is the kind of things that, working with people, it's very interesting, or learning. I just did a podcast actually. I just recorded my another solo that I've not done quite for quite some time solo podcast because I like to do my solo podcast.
yeah,
And that's like second time this week I'm doing it. Delegate, learning to delegate. That's
yes.
another issue. You know, you should know that too.
Yeah, I know. You're the one who's like, you need to find other ghostwriters. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't even know how I can do the magical things I can do. How can I teach
Yeah.
someone else? Yes, if you
Well,
want someone to give you a polite kick in the butt, Emma is a great friend to have. Definitely.
polite, yes, I am. Then I will hang up and just go with the trucker version. Nobody can hear me.
When there are no ears around.
No, except the dogs. And the dogs
Yeah.
look sad for 5 minutes. Said, oh boy, oh boy. But no. But to be honest with you, sometimes, our businesses grow and evolve as like a child. So you have to go with it. And sometimes we feel we're always running behind it because, like you say, it's going too fast. But it's like, no, it's not. It's expanding at the pace it's supposed to. So more
Yeah.
challenging to find the right people too. That's another and there
So
too. Finding the
that's
right
kind of
people.
what you're helping. You help people chase down the
I help
vehicle
people.
as
I have sat down in interviews with people. I have sat down in their interviews and I've been able to, redirect people and say, no, that person will not do this. Or go into a company and very quickly realize who is not on the right seat. Because some people wants to be managers. Some people want, like their little space. They don't want to move and they are great leaders. They could do something even better, but they're afraid or too comfortable in their little world. It's like, no, you got so much skill set. And others that need to be retrained. Some they should be moved to different area where they have already very good skills. Then you can train them afterwards for expanding their skills. But I have seen people in the wrong seat because they wanted those seats, and that was didn't help the companies. It was not beneficial. It was detrimental for the company. So
yeah. So you
that's
make
but
people
again,
be brave. See, I told you
exactly,
she'll
but
kick you
but
politely in the butt.
exactly, but the problem is the business owner. The question I ask for people is, are you coachable? Because if you're not coachable, then I'm not gonna waste my time. You don't want to you don't want to change, obviously. So it will stay where it is. But if people are coachable, business owners can hear it because we're not here to and should not turn their life upside down. But there is changes that are going to be uncomfortable that needs to be made. And if they're following the recipe, then you got the success. If you're interfering every 5 minutes, then it's going to be an unfolding disaster.
Right. Yeah. I love it when people hire you to do something and then they're like, "No, but don't do it like that." And you're like, "What?
Exactly.
That's the whole reason you hired me." Okay,
Yeah,
so
I've been facing this lately where people they assume a lot of things and they don't have an idea what it takes, and it's like, oh well, if you do this and that, I'm like, oh boy, oh boy. It's like,
you're
no, that's
like,
not how it works.
"No."
Let me do my job, let create the magic, and then we can have a little faith. Otherwise, if you had the recipe, you will not hire me. That's simple than that.
That's true. That's so I love that it rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing that
Yeah.
down.
I hope, yeah, yeah, good, because I'm not gonna remember it.
Okay, I got it. I documented it. Is that the first time you've said that?
Oh yeah.
Or do you say that regularly? You
I
just
don't
came
know
up
if I
with
say
it
that
right now?
regularly. I don't think I say that regularly. It all depends who I'm channeling, actually. So I don't know.
Okay, well, that's why we're asking these questions, right? I
Yes.
know I told
Yeah.
Emma, I was like, "You're a guinea pig." I just changed all my questions this morning, this ones I've been using for months. I felt like I really need to adjust these the
Yep.
day the podcast is coming out.
That's
And she's
perfect.
like, "Okay, cool, no problem." So she
Well,
didn't hear
yeah.
any of these questions ahead of time, just so
Nope.
you, the listener,
Nope.
know.
Nope. And you should not give any actually for people as a word of advice. If you do podcasts or live stream like we're doing right now, don't ever give anyone those questions, because the problem you've got is that if I'm getting the question and I'll start to figure out how I'm going to answer this, then you go in your head and you make a movie
Yes.
out of it, and at the end, then by the time you're recording this, it will be an unfolding disaster. So never give questions. I don't ask question. I only ask one question. How do you get started? And after that, it's a full conversation, because question comes when when I'm listening to people. But with Kristin, it's different. However, I'm not seeing the question, and I will not, I will probably hit the delete button. So I'm not interested about the questions. Like, you ask the question when we're there. Makes it
Yeah, so
easier.
this is a big experiment, and like Emma
Yep.
doesn't even know that I'm doing this because we haven't talked
Nope.
since I decided to do this insane thing that I'm doing.
Yep.
Or I'm not going to say insane. I'm going to say a brave thing that I'm doing where I have like a list of 10
Mhm.
things I'm willing to fail at. And this podcast is one of them where I'm like, I've been putting it off for a year and I was like, I'm just going to do whatever and see what happens and
Okay.
talk to people I know are brave and smart and I want all my friends to know them.
But you are brave and smart, but a list of what you allow yourself to fail. Okay. So don't ask
Yeah.
for the rest, because that will be for next week when we're gonna record our podcast. I'm writing it down. You see the pen here?
I
I'm writing it
yeah,
down.
I'm already scheduled to go on her podcast
Oh yes.
next week. So she's
Yep.
like, let me just write that down.
Oh yeah, I
But
am, because that would be a question I'm going to ask you. So I don't want to know the rest. So people will have
okay.
to switch to ours. But
Yes.
that piqued my curiosity now. So I need to unplug this one, because I'm going to flip the table. And I'm gonna
Yeah,
start
we
doing
can do
it.
it on your show. Right now we're on my show, which
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have a few more questions to get through. Okay, I'm gonna ask
Okay.
you the next question, all right? Are we
Yes.
good?
Yep.
Okay. So what this is like
Yes.
it's so hard to be serious with Emma because we just have way too much fun.
I know.
What is the biggest pain? Let's get real. Like your clients in pain, right? When they come to you,
Yes.
what is the biggest pain they're in right now and what do they think they need to solve it? Yes, you heard that because when your client comes to you, they think they already know. Isn't that strange?
Hmm. So the biggest pain that I'm hearing from a lot of people, client or non-client, is
Mm.
customer. They want people back in the store or online. Mostly in the stores. The people I talk to are in the stores, but they want online or in a store. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you work mostly with like brick and mortar shop owners then.
No, no, because I work international. So
Okay.
no,
Okay, well,
I
correct
work
me.
online.
Who do you work with then? Like, who is your person?
Any business that needs my help, actually. I don't have a specific niche because I worked in different industries. I'm not somebody who worked in one industries. No, I like to explore. I like to learn. So I worked in 5 different industries. So I
Whoa.
work with different businesses from it could be retails to finance to oil and gas to biomedicals to marketing to anyone actually.
I, I'm gonna figure out the common thread. I don't know if I'll figure it out today, but I'm gonna figure it out because that's what I do.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Okay. All right. So, I will. I'm
I
not
know,
gonna.
I know, I
My brain
know.
is gonna keep me up until I'm like, well,
No, and then you're gonna send me some threatening emails and say it's all your fault. I couldn't sleep for the past 3 nights.
because of this puzzle you gave me. So, what then is your solution to their big problem, and how do you get it for them?
Well, first of all, what I do is I sit down with them via Zoom or
Right.
face to face, and I go through an assessment because I need to know who they are. I need to know their company. I need to know what their intents are and what they have done, what their core values are, and that's what I'm looking at because I cannot just sit down and start to give advices to somebody if I don't know who they are, if I don't understand what they're trying to do. And as we talk, this is where we're peeling the layer of everything.
Right.
Knows how their business working, how's their sales, how's their operation, if they have, like, let's say, processes in place, because a lot of people don't even know what processes are, if
Yeah.
they have a system in place, because you have to go through this. So it's about, I would say, when I talk to them, when we do this, it's about 2 hours where we talk, and then I can provide them with a report and a roadmap.
So, let me get this straight. Your superpower that is your professional superpower is the same superpower that's your personal superpower in that
Yep.
you are an expert question asker. You know
I'm an
what questions
interview.
to ask.
Yes, you have to be. You have to interview. You have to know how to interview people and listen to them as well, because you can talk as much as you want. If you don't listen to people, then you got a problem. But you have to interview them because you have to know who they are. It helps to have a podcast.
You're like lots of practice, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and this is the last question, and then I'm gonna try to do this crazy puzzle that you've set before me because, of course, the first episode couldn't be easy, Emma. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my dear.
All right.
Anytime.
So, why should they trust you to solve this problem for them? How do you sell, and why do you believe you can do this?
First of all, I don't sell.
Okay. What do you call
First of
it?
all, I do not sell because
Tell me.
selling at this point doesn't mean anything. However, I will show them a few things. I will show them how they can start to make basically some profits and revenues, how they can change if they make the changes. So, this is in a report. There is an extended report that will give them a projection of what they could, how much money they're basically leaving on a table every single day.
Mm,
But I don't sell. It's the report speaks for itself. I don't ask them anything. I just show them the proof of what I'm doing. And then there is the milestone. There is a plan. And that plan, if they follow the plan, then you implement it, then you're on track. That's what the goal is. Is for people to help them. So that's why that there is an assessment. I don't dig
okay.
through hours and hours for people for nothing. Some people do that and go to companies and do that, which is absolutely insane. No, I have a report. There is some algorithm behind for some calculation that is needed, and they have a financial. They have a report that for them that is very clear with everything in detail of where we're going, because we're going through about what, 12 or 14, 12 areas in their
Okay.
business. So it takes time. It takes about 2 hours, as I said, but yeah.
That's pretty. I think that's pretty quick.
It's pretty intensive. It's pretty quick when, I have a system, I use it, so it makes it easier. But still, it's pretty intensive. And when you go through all of the pain points, because I go first to the pain point, I can do an assessment in 45 minutes and I can find an average about what, 50 and up $1,000 of untapped money. So that's the first thing. Then we come back for 2 hours where I will go through the other areas and people decide. At the end of the day, it's their options. I give them the report and good luck. If you don't want to do anything, then it's yours. It's not me. I don't sell. I don't try to bargain. I don't sell. I'm just talking to them. And that's their decision at the end of the day. So for me, selling, I don't like selling because it's trying to force something on someone. And if I go somewhere, my philosophy, if I go somewhere, a store or anywhere, I don't want to have a salesperson chasing after me. I don't like it.
Yeah,
Unless I
it's
have a
awful.
personal shopper and I need something and as a personal shopper, I'm fine. But I don't want somebody to tell me and beg me and oh, I don't like it. Uh-uh.
I also don't like. We don't have. I don't know what you have there because you're in Minnesota, right?
Yes.
So I'm near Pittsburgh, but not close enough. And we don't have a Costco. We only have a Sam's Club. And every single time I go in there to buy groceries, because, right, I have like two teenage children and a 10, like, I am in the prime eating years, okay? So we go through a lot of food. But like
Yes, you
every
are.
time I go in, there's this like phone guy chasing me. I'm like, I have to pay to be in here and then I have to deal with you. Like, I just want to buy an insane amount of bread and eggs and be on my way.
Yeah. And that's the problem. They should not be doing this. It's like that's why I like Well TT actually. The sister business is you go over there, nobody's selling you anything because I teach that class actually about sales. And I use Walmart because Walmart use all of the tactics on their shelves.
Yeah.
Like upsells, downsells, bundles. I gave a full course. I was on wisdom. I gave it for months. I think I recorded one, but it's to explain to people. You can buy in bundles. You can buy separate. You can buy upsells, which is the size up.
Right.
But they have everything on the shelf. That's why they're number one in retails because they know how to apply this. And people don't know the equation. And that's what I'm teaching people. I said, you don't need to do anything. They don't do discount, they do down sales. But there is a way to do it. So you don't want somebody to chase after you because after a minute, I will just go back, scream at them, I will never come back. And for me, I don't
Right.
like that. I don't want to be pushed to sales. If somebody wants to buy something and they are ready, then you show them, you educate them. If you educate them, then they make the decision. Like that's always what I've done in the past. If I wanted to, when I wanted to buy the last car I had several years ago, well, I wasn't looking for the same brand. I ended up with the same brand. Who knows why? Thanks, universe. But still, I went and did my homework. So I knew what was the market for that car. Went, try it. Didn't like the first one I had. Didn't feel it was mine. I saw the other one. I'm like, it's same car, except it wasn't the same level of quote unquote luxury in there. But I liked the other one better because I had everything I wanted in there
Yeah.
because it was the same thing that my previous car had. And it's like, cool. So I went, but I educate myself. And one of
Yeah.
the key is the education. If you want to sell to somebody, you educate them. You do not say, well, we give you a 10% discount for this and that, or buy this or buy that. No, 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 no. Education. That's how it works. People are educating themselves before they buy things. So for me, I don't sell anything.
Okay,
I don't.
I love it. So your whole well, actually, I heard someone this week. I'm like always going to seminars. I can't help myself. I'm always trying to learn more.
Mhm.
But he was saying there's no such thing as lead generation. There's a lead invitation where you invite them in. You can't actually control whether or not someone becomes a lead. All you can do is invite them, and if they enter into your world, have the educational resources
This is
there.
the conversion equation. You enter
Yeah.
it, you educate, and the offer is so irresistible, then they go for it. But You don't do anything. You need the education. You need to interrupt them. You need to get your right messaging. If you don't have the right messaging, they're not going to stick around. And you educate them. Education is the key. It's they want to know, what am I buying this? What am I learning? What is the benefits of it? And one of the things people don't forgetting as well is that, the buyer's journey. Not a lot of people knows the buyer's journey, and the buyer's journey is very interesting because about 97% of the people are not ready to buy. There's only 3%, even less than that, who are ready to spend the money.
Right.
And most businesses focus on that 3%. I'm looking at, when I work with people in businesses, I'm looking at the 97%,
Have you
because the
read Sell Like
97%,
Crazy?
you get the future buyer, the one to be ready soon, but not so sure. You know what? If you give them the right education, the right things, those people who are not ready to buy is going to buy it.
Yeah, I'm reading Sell Like Crazy right now, and that's he has like the little chart, right? And he's like
Hmm.
4%, this is where everyone's going. And he's like, what
Yes,
about the 96%?
exactly.
But you
Yeah.
know what I think it is that people don't want to have to do the education piece. They're like, I'll just go after the easy sales. To them it
Yes.
seems easy, but
Yeah.
that's so competitive. They're not going to get the sale that way.
No, they don't. No, because they do the mistake to do discount, which you never do discount in your business. You do bundle. You don't do discount, by the way. Just
I
letting you
mean,
know.
that's yeah, that's what I do. I don't do I discount? You know I don't discount.
No, you do bundle. And people don't
That's right.
understand. The discount is the big no no, and a lot of people are falling for it. I'm like, no, I would rather spend more money on a bundle than on a discount. And that's what people don't understand. So it's all about, how do you your what is your proposition value? Well, you better to have a good one. So that's what I'm teaching people. But the 96, 97% of the people, of the buyers, you can get them purchasing your items, but it's just a matter of how to do it. And they
I'm
don't.
writing
Most
your
people
thing
don't
right
have
now.
a clue. Yeah.
All the
You're
things you're
excited
saying
now,
are
isn't
so
it?
good. I yes, yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, I know this stuff, right? Because I'm a copywriter. I have to know this or I can't do my job
Yeah.
at all. But I
Yep.
feel like so many business owners, they're thinking exactly the way you said, and you would know because you're
Yeah.
helping them.
Well, and that's why I done a class, and I'm going to continue to teach that class. Actually, I have to do I have to schedule something for the Chamber of Commerce. One of them, I have to do it a class, lunch and learn, and that's one of the things that I talk the most, because people don't know. There is a lot of things in sales. They don't know how to do sales. They don't know. They think they know, but that's not true. And that's why I said go to Walmart. I love Walmart. I love my Walmart. I have a passion, except for the nativity scene where they think still the cow doesn't exist and the rooster is there again this year. And I'm like, this is wrong with you people. I know.
Rooster?
Yes.
What? No.
Yes. Yes.
That's not culturally accurate at
I
all.
know. I know. Trust me. I found, well, over a year ago, I went to LTT, and by accident, actually, I went into the aisle where the nativity, so you could buy individual pieces. And I looked at them because they reminded me my grandparents, my Italian grandparents, nativity. They were similar to it. It was like, holy moly, I want it, because they remind me that nativity, which I don't have it. That's not me to have this one, which was fine. And I'm like, okay. Except when I'm like, okay, here's Mary, here's Joseph, here's the baby Jesus, yay, here's the donkey. Wait, here's the little lambs. I'm like, God. And I'm like, where is the cow? And I'm looking in
Where?
there, and all of a sudden, what do I see? A rooster. I start to laugh. I could not stop to laugh. I went again this year, because they put everything on display. It's like September, October. Everybody's crazy about Christmas right now. I started to laugh. I'm like, really? I said, I need to write to Walmart and let them know, where is the cow?
Where is Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna use the Bible, right, which I feel like for nativity we should, they definitely
Yes.
talk about cattle so stinking much. Like they're always sacrificing cattle. Like every time they have a festival,
Yep.
there's bulls getting killed, right? So
Yep.
where is it?
I have no idea where's the cow. The cow became the rooster. So I had to laugh last week when I went back. I'm like, really? Come on, guys. I wanted one single piece. and it's not there. So I know I will figure it out. I'm gonna buy one somewhere else. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like
I'm gonna look
let's
for.
figure out another cow you could get,
I
right? So
know.
listen, if you're a business right now and you make cows for nativity scenes, I know someone who's ready to buy right this
Well,
second.
let's put it this way. It's not done yet because here's the other dilemma. Oh, I forgot to check it out again today. All right. Quick story because that wasn't the only thing missing. Okay.
Okay.
We went
Oh
to
no.
Wisconsin a year ago. No, but I have to tell you that story because that's funny. And when we went to Rice Lake over there, they have a great Walmart. They had everything. And I found the beautiful mailbox, those gorgeous old fashioned, they were in plastic, but mailbox. I'm like, I
Ooh.
want one for the yard. I
Yeah.
want a Christmas. I'm like, okay. I had the pups with us. I'm like, I cannot put this. I think it's so big that's gonna freak out the dogs. If they put it in the back of the car, say forget it. Go back to Minnesota, which is next door, 2 hours drive. Guess what? Did every Walmart that I knew? None.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think they ship them all over in Wisconsin.
Okay,
Seriously.
so if you have a cow, you should call Emma. If you have an old timey mailbox,
It's not
you
tiny, it
should.
was a tall one. It was
Okay, sorry.
over.
It needs to be giant. It needs to be too big to fit in the back of her car with her dogs. Then you should call and be like, "Listen, I'm not going to sell you this, but I have this thing that you want, and if you decide to take it, I'll just take a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of money from you. No big deal, right?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know. I forgot to look at it this year. Well, Titi, I did not decide I should go to the garden center on this one. But yeah, they had a full display in Rice Lake. I don't understand why. I'm like, really? And there were nothing in Minnesota. I'm like, really? I
That
know, it's sad,
happens
isn't it?
sometimes. Yeah, with regional
Yeah.
stuff. You're like, "Dang it. No, I should have tortured my
No, but they,
dogs."
well, I went to the website. They were out of orders. I'm like, they shipped everything to Rice Lake.
Oh my
What? Ah,
gosh.
they were out of orders. I'm like, really? And I went to Lowe's. Lowe's was out of orders. Went to every store. So I'm like, really? For real? I said, I should have brought back that mailbox. Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I've definitely experienced that before where I'm like, I should have bought it. And then I couldn't
yeah,
buy it. Yeah.
I know. But I will let you know for the rooster and the cow what happened with that because I was
Yes.
laughing when I saw it again. I'm like, really?
Why? I don't.
The
Okay. Yeah.
rooster
You
has
have to
nothing
keep
to
me
do with
updated.
the nativity scene.
You'll have to send me a picture so I can post it for everyone. Be like, look, here's the rooster. We need a cow, right?
I will when I go back to well TT, I probably will go this weekend just for the heck of it and send it to you because seriously, there is something wrong. Seriously, I'm sorry guys. We are moving out of what we're supposed to talk about the topic, but to me it's like, okay, we want the rooster at the rooster. Where the cow is supposed to be resting next to the donkey. No,
Yes, like this is an issue of not knowing your audience, right? You're like, they'll like rooster. And everyone's like, what? No. Like,
Yes,
what
I know.
nativity scene has a rooster? Someone was, I guarantee it was
Uh-huh.
like the executive's nephew came up with the idea. Something like that.
I'm pretty much sure. Say we're gonna leave the cow alone. Let's introduce the rooster. What's gonna happen? What is happening? That it's not working for me.
No. And they
No,
probably had like all these roosters in the warehouse. They're like, what are we gonna do?
exactly. I don't know. It was very weird. So when I saw it, I was laughing again last week. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, let's get a go a peek. I'm like, I would like my cow. Come on. I just
Just do
it's
it.
missing the cow.
You should write them a strongly worded letter and be like, please,
Probably will
please
do.
just
Actually, I was thinking to do
do
that
it.
too. Take a picture and say, "Come on, Walmart. We can do better than that. Where is the cow?"
Also, when someone writes you a letter, when someone takes the time to write your business a letter, you should definitely pay attention.
Yes,
Unless it's a troll, and then you ignore them.
I
If you're
agree
like, I
with
hate
you.
your face, that's not
Uh,
constructive. Like, that's not going to
nope,
help.
nope, nope.
Okay. Are you
Okay,
ready to see what I wrote for you?
please do.
Okay. I'm going to pop it in the chat and then see if I can feature it. We're doing something new here. We're experimenting.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
it worked. Look at that. It's like as if
Okay.
like magic.
So I help
Okay.
businesses understand how to educate and create messages that will educate and invite the people who are ready to buy to make the decision on their own to purchase so that the business can successfully chase their business. Chase.
I know. There's like two.
This
Yeah.
girl.
See,
Oh,
this
this
is
is
what happens
funny.
when you try it live. Because I would, this would have never made it onto like a page where I'm sending it to you. But let me see if I can. If I
I
can.
love it.
Okay,
This is cool.
I'm gonna live edit it right now. I'm gonna like
Mm-hmm.
read edit it. Okay, so Emma
Okay.
helps businesses understand how to educate and create messages that will. What's another word? Inform and invite the
Yes.
people who are
Yeah.
ready to buy to make the decision on their own, and we're just going to skip that last that whole part, so that they can successfully, so that the owners or whomever
So
can
the
successfully,
company, the business,
the
the
companies,
company can
right?
expand, can grow, can mature, can evolve, whatever you want to use. So yeah, because at the end of the day, it's for the company to continue to grow. That's
Right.
the goal. Yeah,
Okay, did I
I
solve
love
it?
it.
Is that
Yes,
what
you
you're looking
did.
for? I mean, there were
Yes.
definitely some mistakes in
No,
there,
that's all
but
right. It's like, it's at least you know what? It's not a mistake. It showed the process. If you were doing it too perfectly, that would be weird to me. It would be like, okay, that doesn't
yeah.
seems right to me. It's like, yeah, that's rehearse. Did they didn't talk in the back room before or whatever? No. I like the way you're doing it because it really shows people how do you go about your process. I love
Yeah,
it.
and I
It's
mean,
awesome.
I think that robots are creepy. That's just
Yes.
my personal thing, and I would not want to be perceived as a robot. So I'm
No, you're
glad
not.
to make mistakes in front of everyone, because also making mistakes is how we learn. And anytime you write something, it's not going to be perfect the first time. Even me, I'm a professional writer, and I just showed you. Look, I do revisions. Like I have to think about it. Oh, and
And then I
Autumn
do the
is
same
sending
when I write.
love.
I do the same when I write my processes. Like I'm in the middle of writing a process right now for a company, and I'm on it until we're gonna reset. I'm still doing it over and over. I go back and I'm changing the words and stuff like that. And people don't understand. It's like, well, you're not done. I'm like, no, it's gonna be done. It's never gonna be done. But it's not where it's still as a draft, but I'm not satisfied enough with it. So I need to tweak it. But it's a process. It doesn't take people maybe imagine, oh, it will take 15 minutes to be done. It's like, no, it takes more than 15 minutes. It's like, put your thoughts first, then you start to rearrange, and then you look
Yes.
back and you're like, okay, let me step back, like you're doing. Let me step back and go back at it because I know it's not quite
Right.
right. So for me, it's not a mistake. I think it's more, like you said earlier when we talk, we're going messy. We're student of life. And for me, being a student of life is the learning process. You
Yeah.
cannot do perfection comes as we're doing it. It's not something that is giving into on your platter and just say, oh, it's everything is perfect. No, we're just a story in motion. This is progress. This is changing. This is evolving. So no, that's perfect. I love it. It really shows the behind the scenes. I love it.
Well, thank you. That's what I was trying to do the whole time,
And
you know?
that's what you did. Between the laughter and the rooster and
Talking
the
about roosters,
donkey, this
yeah.
is what you came up with, which is awesome. See, people, she's good. She's that good. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
all right. Emma will talk nicely about me all day. So let's point. She's the guest here. You're the guest here, right?
I'm trying to
So
turn the table around.
I know, but I'm coming on your show next week. It's soon enough.
Okay, fine.
So, where can my audience find you if they want to work with a business strategist, an expert of your level where you're like, yeah, no, I'm going to help you embrace the universe's plan for your business? How can they connect with you?
Well, there is a couple options they have. They can go on edg-associates.com. So that's my one of my website. And this one will have a contact page as well. Or, and I have to pull the other one because I have so many websites. It's like, oh boy, so many pages and websites. Nothing wrong with that, people. I'm telling you right now. It's under EDG Business Strategies.com. And this
Is that
one,
three
I'm going to
S's?
probably put it. Ooh, there's three actually. Yes. Where are you? Let me put this in the chat so you will know for this one because this one is a little interestingly long on this one and three
Okay.
S's. Yes.
I think
I
I
didn't
got
make it easy.
I'm gonna copy and paste hers just in case I didn't do it right. All right, there we
Yeah.
go. So
Yeah.
that's the real one.
Yeah.
Although you won't see it on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is being a butt right now. Someone messaged me and they're like, "Hey, the video's not even showing." I'm like, "Okay, well, all right,
Hello,
that's
LinkedIn.
okay." I know it's not StreamYard because they've been working so hard and helping me like try to figure it out. And also my friend Krista Milan, who's very fun, and you should check her out on LinkedIn as well.
Hmm.
She had the same thing happen to her last week. So
Yeah, I think it's sometimes the connection with LinkedIn that is not perfect. It's painful.
yeah. So
Mhm.
we're trying. I mean, LinkedIn could get a little bit better about it, is all I'm saying.
But I think LinkedIn, and as somebody mentioned to me, and I don't want to be mean to LinkedIn, but they don't like when people go outside of LinkedIn. So I think they make it a little harder for, other like StreamYard and other of those software to go there and link and
Oh,
connect with
okay.
them. That's the other thing too. Yes, they
Hmm.
don't. Mm-hmm.
They're they're not listening to their audience.
Nope. 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 They're trying to
Well,
dictate the way it should work.
yes, but that's not how life goes. That's what we should not do as business owners. You don't get in front of your client and be like, "Do this exactly this way or else I'm going
Yeah.
to make your video disappear?"
Yeah,
Question mark.
that's what they do. Because they want you to be streaming directly from LinkedIn, and that's their biggest thing. So yeah, it generally it takes a while before it works properly, but that's all right. That's
That's
all
okay. Well,
right.
and our podcast listeners, they're not even going to care. They're going to be like, "Amazing. Awesome.
Exactly.
Emma is so cool. I want to meet her in real life and
And
also
Christine
give
is
her a
so
cow."
cool too. Yes, I want the cow. If you have not a real one, by the way, thank you.
Yeah, no. No,
We
not
don't
that.
ask for
The
a real one.
nativity cow.
A
Okay, let's clarify.
nativity. Yes, a nativity cow that can go, and it's not the one that goes in the backyard. It's the one that goes on one of my in my office,
Yes.
so on the desk. That's where it
Well,
goes.
thank you
I just
so
let them know.
much, Emma. I know. Yeah, don't send her a actual full-size cow.
No,
Please,
no,
please don't
no,
do that.
no.
But I'm
Mm-mm.
so glad. Thank you for coming on and for laughing with me and for being my first guest. And you can find Emma if you check the show notes. She's going to be there. All her wonderful different websites and her LinkedIn. And she's just a wonderful person. And I hope you get to know her. Thank you for listening to the first inaugural episode of Your Business Story, where we help you figure out what words you should use when you say things to people.
I love it. And you know what? It was an absolute honor and a pleasure to be on your show and to be the first guest. That's to me was a privilege and very humbling experience. And you should connect with Christine too. Sorry, I'm going to do some commercial for you too. She is that good. Seriously. If you don't believe me, trust me. Listen to my podcast and you will understand who she is. She's awesome. She's a fabulous ghost writer, but she do so much more than that. So
Oh, we
we're
should
gonna
tell
learn more.
them where to go listen to your podcast. If you want to hear our shenanigans, you can go listen to
Oh,
Emma's Universe.
yes, podcast. That's where you can find Christine and me talking. And
Our
trust me,
first time meeting.
actually, you should listen so you will know who Christine is and you will understand. And as I said, she has a fantastic story. And oh my God, she's that good. So I'm so blessed to have you as a friend. Seriously, I know. And we're not doing it just to butter up each other. This is not how it works. This is
No.
genuine friendship and we
Yes.
absolutely adore each other. So I can guarantee
It's
I
true.
don't praise people that I don't believe in and I don't, nah, no, no. I just say
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Well, thank
always
you.
being
Thank you
authentic.
for embarrassing me thoroughly in a good way. I
I'm
appreciate
so
it.
happy. Anytime.
All right. Well, that's what we have for today. Make sure you subscribe, and we cannot wait to bring you, or I will bring you more. I'm sure Emma will be on again, and we'll bring you more amazing
Oh,
information
heck
on
yes.
how to tell your business story because your business story matters. Talk
Yes.
later.
Bye.